Howdy y'all, and welcome back to Venture the Terrain, the channel where we don't just drive, we explore, we adventure, and sometimes even survive the wild side of the world, one bumpy trail at a time. If we love getting dusty, finding that perfect camping spot under a sky full of stars, or just want to turn that shiny rig into a true overland warrior, then we've come to the right place. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's near and dear to every overlander's heart: how to find overlanding trails. Yep, that's right. Because let's face it, the best part of overlanding isn't just the destination, it's the journey. The bumps, the curves, the mud, and everything in between. So let's buckle up, grab a snack or two, and get into it. First off, let's get one thing straight. Finding good overlanding trails is kind of like hunting for treasure. But instead of gold doubloons, we are searching for dirt roads, rocky climbs, and those hidden gems that make us say, wow, this is what adventure feels like. The trail is our story, and every twist and turn is a chapter. But without a good map or the right tools, our story can quickly turn into a tale of getting stuck, lost, or worse, stranded with no cell service and only the company of our thoughts and a swarm of mosquitoes. Now, before we roll our eyes and say, we want to get off the grid, why do we need technology? Hear us out. We aren't saying we need to be glued to our phones the whole trip. Heck no. But a good GPS app can be the difference between, wow, look at this amazing trail, and, uh-oh, where the heck are we? And why does that tree look like it's blocking our only way out? Gaia GPS is one of our absolute favorites. This app is like a Swiss Army knife for overlanders. We can load detailed topo maps, satellite images, even weather overlays right onto our phones or tablets. What really sets Gaia apart is its ability to download everything offline. So when we're out there in the middle of nowhere with 0 bars, we ain't stuck guessing. Gaia has trails marked for all skill levels, from easy dirt roads perfect for newbies to technical rock crawls, where we better have a winch and a buddy ready. Plus, the user reviews are gold. Trail conditions can change after a storm or wildfire, and knowing what others have recently experienced helps us decide if it's worth the risk. Another powerhouse app is OnX Offroad. If we want to play it smart and legal, this one's a must-have. OnX shows us public and private land boundaries in bright, clear colors so we never accidentally trespass. This is huge because the last thing we want is to get yelled at by a landowner or a ranger. OnX also offers tons of info on trail difficulty, seasonal closures, and current conditions. The community aspect means the data stays fresh and reliable, which is a lifesaver when out on remote trails. Then there's iOverlander, which is like having a global community-built guidebook in our pockets. This app is packed with real-world info on campsites, water sources, fuel stops, and even warnings about tricky river crossings or trail hazards. What we love is that it's constantly updated by overlanders just like us, so the info is honest and current. If we want to find a hidden spot to camp or need a heads up about a flooded trail, iOverlander's got our back. Even with all this tech, there's something special about pulling out a physical map and getting a bird's eye view. Google Maps, especially in satellite mode, is a treasure trove. Zooming in, we can spot those skinny, squiggly lines cutting through forests or open land, often dirt roads or fire trails. Not every one of these paths will be public, so it pays to double-check with apps like OnX or Gaia. But when we find a promising one, it's like spotting an unmarked trail leading to treasure. We also can't forget about US Forest Service and BLM, Bureau of Land Management Resources. These agencies manage millions of acres of public land packed with trails just waiting to be explored. Their websites often have downloadable maps and alerts about trail closures or conditions, and if we're nearby, stopping by a ranger station is always worth it. Rangers are treasure troves of local knowledge, and sometimes, if we're lucky, they might share secret spots or stories from the trails that no map could ever capture. Just a heads up. Don't ask them about Bigfoot unless we've got a couple of hours to kill. One of the best ways to find new trails is by tapping into the community. There are tons of Facebook groups, Reddit forums, and Instagram accounts dedicated to overlanding and off-roading in nearly every region. These communities share trip reports, photos, trail conditions, and sometimes hidden gems that don't show up anywhere else. Joining these groups and following local hashtags can connect us with people who've been where we want to go. Plus, sharing our own adventures builds relationships that can open doors to even more trails and tips. When browsing Instagram, look carefully at the backgrounds of photos. Sometimes there's a trailhead sign or a landmark that can clue us into a new spot. If we're lucky, the post is geotagged, which means we can explore the area further just by clicking the location. If we're just getting started, stick to green or blue trails on maps. These are usually the easier routes where we can learn the ropes without stressing our rigs or ourselves. These trails are great for building confidence and enjoying the scenery without worrying about challenging obstacles. When we're ready for more, we can step up to the Black Diamond trails, which are technical and demanding. For these, safety is king. Always bring a buddy, carry proper recovery gear, winch, tow straps, shackles, high lift jack, and never underestimate the power of good communication. A CB radio or handheld walkie-talkies can be lifesavers when cell service is non-existent. And no matter what trail we choose, always check the weather. A dry trail can become impassable with rain, and rivers that look harmless in the morning might be raging by afternoon. Respect the land. If trails are closed due to fire risk, flooding, or maintenance, it's for a good reason. Following these rules helps preserve access for all of us and keeps us safe. Before hitting an unfamiliar trail, it's smart to check YouTube for videos from people who've already been there. Trail walkthroughs give us a chance to see the terrain, obstacles, and conditions in action. Watching these can save us from surprises and help us plan our approach. It's like having a virtual scout on the ground. Finally, remember that overlanding is about enjoying and respecting the great outdoors. Pack out all trash, stay on marked trails to protect fragile ecosystems, and be courteous to other adventurers. The trails belong to everyone, and a little respect goes a long way in keeping these places beautiful and accessible for future explorers. Alrighty folks, that's a whole heap of tips, tricks, and tools to help us find our next overlanding trail. Whether we're crawling through dense pine forests, climbing rocky mountain passes, or splashing through creek beds, the heart of overlanding is freedom. The freedom to explore, to connect with nature, and to make unforgettable memories. If this video gave you a few nuggets of wisdom or just made you smile, go ahead and smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss more dirt, mud, and stories from the trail. And ring that bell so you're the first to know when the next adventure drops. We can't wait to see where y'all venture next. Until then, keep those tires aired down, keep the snacks close, recovery gear closer, and as always, venture the terrain.